got our hood and primer for the first time. Got our truck behind us. We got the shop kind of cleaned up a bit. Got all the tape and paper off of that. So now it's time to go around and finalize everything. Make sure that we're ready to sand this thing to paint. Still got another round of priming on the doors and the fenders, so we got to block them down. The roof is in good shape, but we want to go up there and do our final seam sealer, make it nice and smooth like we want it. So let's get to it. Let's do it. Videos ago, we did the seam sealer on the roof. It turned out pretty good. You know, you're going to see your factory spot welds under it at this point. But I want to try to get it a little slicker. So we're going to go around and sand that seam. Sand it as flat as we can get it. And what we put in here before was high build self-leveling, which levels somewhat, but not perfectly. We're going to go with self-leveling this time, which should just get really, really flat for us. So I sanded all this really well. Now I'm going to go around and clean it with some degreaser. I blocked some of the roof just right on the edge. I blocked the edge of the roof. So we're super clean, sanded. Wipe it down and I'm going to get it taped up. You can just run a torch. So I did the self-leveling seam sealer last night. It turned out pretty good. I need to sand it, prime it so I can see what it looks like. Kind of hard to tell at this point. Now I'm gonna go ahead and block the roof. The roof is ready for paint. It just needs to be sanded for paint. Now the rest of this is not. I still got to do some blocking and priming on the doors and the fenders. I'm gonna go ahead and block the roof out. I'm not gonna do the very final sanding, but I'm gonna go ahead and block it out so when I prime this area, I want to prime this seam sealer so I can see what it's going to look like. And any of the extra primer that goes up on the roof, I want it to stick. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and block the whole roof. Get ready to work my way around, all the way around this thing. And hopefully do the final priming on the doors and fenders. Right now, the roof and the back of the cab corners, all that's in 320. There's only a couple of spots that I got to put a little primer on. I want to put some primer on the seam sealer and the drip rail so I can see what it looks like. Door and fender on this side are sanded in 180. Came out really, really straight, so we'll put some high build urethane primer on that for the final priming. And then on the other side, we're gonna try to finish blocking the door and the fender today. We may get some primer on this thing today, we may not, as far as the final prime, but it looks like we're ready to put that final prime on and then pull everything apart and start on the inside of the cab and the firewall. Moving right along. Try to show you this right here. As I'm blocking all this, I'm still trying to stay off of the body line, the very sharp body line, because I want to keep it sharp. If I sand over that and round it every time that I do a pass around this thing, then it's going to be a real soft edge, and I don't want that. I want it to remain sharp. So you should be able to see the shine to it. It's got just a little bit of shine as you go down it. And that's because I'm staying off of it. I'm trying to keep it sharp. I've got a final prime to do, so right before I prime, I'm gonna go around and hit this edge just enough to make it sanded where the primer's gonna stick, but I'm not gonna round it off. All right, I'm gonna go over a couple things in case you're new to the channel. It's been a while, I think, since I went over this, but we'll do a little refresher. You're in control of the results you get. You influence your block. So I'll show you that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna hit this with a little more guide coat. All right, even though this is a straight, hard stick, you influence your block. You tell it what to do. So if I put it up here and I hold it right in the middle, that's where it's gonna sand, right in the middle. Even though it's pretty stiff, pretty straight, it has a little bit of flex to it, so that's where it's gonna sand. If I wanna sand a large flat area, I have to distribute the weight on this stick. So as I go around this thing and I see a low or high area, I make the block do what I want it to. If it's low, I'm not gonna sand in the middle. That's gonna make it round it out. I'm gonna hold it on both sides and block it and bring the whole area down to the same point. So if you distribute the weight on your block, you get more of an even area that you block. I'll show you a couple things about my block and my technique. All right, my stick is rounded on top. It's a yardstick. They come squared off. I put it in a vise and I take a long straight block and I make it nice and round and still straight. And what that does is give me more contact area with the surface when I'm doing a concave section of the body. So like this top body line here is concave. If I use the square edge, I'm getting very little contact with that surface. If I use the rounded edge, I get more contact and I get it throughout the sweep of my sanding. All right, so I got the stick wrapped. That rounded edge is wrapped over with the paper. So I can stand it on its end, stand it on the edge. And as I make my X's, my pattern across that surface, it remains in contact the whole way through. If I use the edge that's sharp, it's really only getting minimal contact right on that sharp edge. And it also is jumping as it goes through the curve because concave, flat, doesn't go together. So anyway, that rounded edge is how I work my concave surface. Still got full contact with the length of the stick. And it sands very well. when I get to this, which is very flat, I use the flat part of the stick. And I transition into this next concave section. That's where I'm going to use the rounded part again. So I'm going to work the flat area as far as I can. I'm going to work the rounded area, and I'm going to blend them together. And that rounded edge lets me make contact all the way through the sweep of that body line. And it goes to a convex shape. I use the flat part. I can make contact throughout the whole shape as I block over it. Looking pretty smooth and pretty straight. I'm liking it. Seam sealer turned out really nice. Nice and even. I like it. So there it is. We got it primed last night for the final priming of the front half of the truck, other than the hood and a couple little pieces. Now it's time to pull this thing apart. We're gonna take the fenders off, the doors off, and we're gonna take the cab and put it on a rotisserie. We gotta rebuild our rotisserie because I kind of used it for some other stuff. Anyway, that's where we're at. We got it in final prime. It's looking really good. It's straight, it's smooth. It's time to pull it apart and start working on the inside. See if we can get that knocked out. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch y'all next time. Thanks again. See you.